So from the previous lesson, which is day 1, we're able to show the various dart positions on our basic bodies, and this is the 9 positions. So if you don't understand what these lines are all about, you can check the first series on the page. So today I'm going to simply tell you the different dart positions, different types of dart manipulation technique. And we have the first one is called the slash and spread technique, and the other one is called the pivot method. For slash and spread, just as the name is, you have to draw your lines to where you want to transfer your dart and slash to, because you're going to leave a particular point. Now for pivot type of dart manipulation technique, you have to your dart is not, your lines are not being slashed. All you just have to do is manipulate your patterns by pivoting, shifting and tracing your pattern, meaning you're going to retain your original pattern. But for the slash and spread, the working pattern is not going to remain the same form anymore. So now I'll show you the difference between the two of them, the slash and spread and the pivot method. So with me, I have 4 different basic bodies, the front basic bodies that have been traced out. So I will use 2 to illustrate the slash and spread, and I'll use the other 2 to illustrate the pivot method. Right here, we'll have 2 different front bodies block. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that my dart gets to this. So I want to transfer my boss dart. I still want to maintain a 2 dart bodies block. So I'm going to redraw all of this so I get to the boss point. Now I want to transfer this to my mid shoulder using the slash and spread technique. So all I'm just going to do is locate the midpoint of this particular pattern. So I'm illustrating this for slash and spread. I want to close off my boss darts. And transfer my darts to the shoulder, the mid shoulder. So I'll get my scissors, and then the next thing I'm going to do is simply slash 2. You stop some just small inches, like maybe 1/8, close to your boss point, and then I'm going to also slash. This is what I'm transferring. I'm transferring my boss dart, so I will also slash here. I'll make sure I leave a little inches there. Please try not to cut your pattern while doing this. So you're just going to transfer this to here. You're going to transfer it to this point. So can you see? I've successfully transferred my boss dart to the shoulder. So I'm just going to glue this. If you have a masking tape or a liquid gum, whatever it is, you just have to use it at this point. So I am closing off the boss dart to have a shoulder dart. So watch closely. I only lifted this up and I closed off this. So when you close off on the side seam, you're blend and through everything that needs to be in place. So I'm just going to I'm done blending, so I've cut off. So this is how it looks. All you just have to do is you get a piece of paper, maybe a brown paper, maybe brown or any other color. This is what I have. So you just take it and to fill up these points, to fill up here, so to fill up this area. So I'm just going to use my gum and then just apply a bit. So you can see. So all I just have to do at this point is make sure it has glued on. Then you hold up these points. You hold up one side. I see. You hold up one side. Make sure it's balanced and everything is well laid. See how flat it is. So you just lift this up. See what I'm doing? So you lift it up and then fold it over to this. When you fold it over, you can decide to use your tracing wheel to just trace off. After tracing off, then you can cut off where you need to cut off. So right now we have been able to transfer our darts to the shoulder. So I'm just going to cut off the places that are not necessary. So this is what we have. We've successfully transferred our boss dart to the shoulder. So this is example 1. So we're going to do another one just for you to get familiarized with all of this. So I'm transferring my boss dart to the mid neckline. You can also transfer your waist dart depending on the kind of design you want to achieve. So right now, like what we did previously, I'm just going to slash to, not through. When you say through, that means you want to cut it off. So I'll just slash get to the point, and then do the same thing for this other point as well, and close it off, and close it off. So this is what you're going to have. Like I said, you can use a paper tape or your liquid gum to close this off. This is it. This is what we have. So just like I said, we're also going to use this and then put the glue and all of that. So it's to get a paper and place underneath to, just to place it underneath. Yeah, something like this. So what I'm going to do is to get my glue just to fill up that opening, to fill up the dots that we have created. So that's why I'm doing this. So we'll just use it to close it off like this, So this is what you're going to do basically. Now there are a few things I did not do in the other shoulder stuff that we transferred it to. Is one thing, this is on paper, right? And so when you want to sew this dart on actual fabric, you have to note two things. These your darts that you've transferred, they don't have to get to this is my bust point here. So they will not get to the bust point. You have to come down. If this is an actual pattern, you have to come down at least by 3/4 to 1.5 inches the bust line, or 1.5, depending on how busty the person is. So right now I'm just going to blend. It covers up and then trace up. This is very important so that your patterns will always balance, so that they always balance. So watch exactly what I did. And then this is what I have. I'll just use my paper to show you the exact thing I was able to trace off. So this is it. So this is what I was able to get. So all I just have to do is use my scissors, follow through, follow through, and then cut. And also remember that you have to make sure that you through every part, so it gives you a balanced pattern. So I'll just trim this off. Now what I was saying before, I said we've successfully transferred this to the mid neck. When you want to sew it, you don't just hold the darts and then everything is stopping at your bust point. No, you have to come down by at least 0.75 from your bust point, or 1.5, depending on how full the person is, the bust is. So right now, just say, okay, I'm coming down by this amount. So I'll look for it, maybe 0.75, and then I'll get the midpoint of this and redraw. You have to redraw your dart. You have to redraw it. You have to redraw the darts. So after redrawing the dart, this is what you now have as your dart. It's no longer starting from here. Do you understand? It's no longer starting from here. So similar thing will happen here. You just go up by 0.75 or 1.5 and still redraw. So this is what you have. So when you stitch from here to here, you stitch from here to here, it gives the bust more room. So for the next series, we're going to be discussing about the pivot method. I don't want to make this video so long, so we're going to do the pivot method in the next tutorial. So if you want to see more of this series, please like this video, comment, drop beautiful comments, and also follow the page so that I can create more videos like this for you. Thank you.